Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai, and today I'm bringing you my January manga haul. So the stack is pretty big. I actually have some of my February orders in here. They came in on the last day of January, so hopefully the February stack is not as large, but I will tell you that I have been having a little bit of trouble trying to get in the volumes that I'm wanting to read for our manga club. For those of you who don't know, I do run a in real life manga club at a local Barnes & Noble. And so I have been trying to make sure that the selections are chosen 2 to 3 months in advance. And that is not working at the moment. The supply issues are so bad that a lot of the times, titles that I want for the club to read are just not available. They're not able to order. Even one like Cat Massage Therapy, that one just came out like a couple months ago, if that. And I tried to get it on the schedule for 3 months from now, and they cannot order it. There is none in stock at the warehouse. And yeah, so I've gone back to just picking up what I want when I want it. And so this is what the results of my January purchasing has fruited me. So like I said, there are some of the volumes that I had put on my February order in here just because it was already in the store and available. So yeah, let's just get started. I believe these things on the top here are light novels, so I also don't know a lot about some of the things in this stack, and I do have a meeting in less than an hour, so we're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. But first up, I have My Happy Marriage by Akumi Agitogi. This is volume 1, again, a light novel, published by Yen On, rated ages 13 and up, so this is teen. This is actually a Cinderella kind of retelling. So I picked that up. We have Spy Classroom, Volume 2, To My Dearest Gret, by Takamichi, illustration by Tomari. This one is published by Yen On, rated ages 16 and up, which is older teen. Again, this is the light novel version, but they have already started coming out with the manga version as well. I started collecting the light novel, so we just continued to go ahead and do that. I asked my daughter if she'd be interested in switching to the manga, and she said just continue with the light novels because we had already had them, so that's what I did. I have volume 2 of The Detective Is Already Dead by Nigozu, illustration by Umibozu. This one is published by Yen On, rated older teen, ages 16 and up. I have not yet read the first one, but I believe this is going to be something that's right down my alley. So I'm going ahead and collecting those light novels. Again, another one that is in a manga format, but because of some fan service I've heard is in it, I preferred to go with the light novel, and I'm hoping that that will work better for me. Next up, I have Bungo Stray Dogs, Volume 7, Dazai Chuya, age 15 by Kafka Asagiri, illustration by Sangu Harukawa. This one is published by Yen On, ages 13 up, so that is teen. This is the light novels again, and I believe that does it for all of the light novels that I have in this stack. So, moving on to manga. This is Creepy Cat, story and art by Cotton Valent. Not quite sure if this is actually a manga, but it was on the release schedule from 7 Seas, rated ages 10 plus. Having a hard time speaking today. And this just says it's about my life with Creepy Cat. So she moves into a mysterious mansion and finds it inhabited by Creepy Cat. So I thought it looked cute, and so I decided to go ahead and try that one out. Next up, I have an omnibus. This is Dramacon by published by Tokyo Pop, created by Svetlana Chmakova, This is an omnibus. I believe it's the anniversary edition. I don't know much about this besides the fact that the creator did another thing that I picked up last year, I believe. Something about the Wern School. It's a supernatural kind of school story, and I had 2 omnibus. I believe Bizarre Individual had told me in the comments of that haul that he really enjoyed this one, and it's the same creator. And so I saw this on the shelf at the Barnes & Noble when I was there for my manga club meeting, decided to bring it home with me. And so, yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. I have Soul Eater, the Perfect Edition, Volume 5 by Atsushi Okubo. This one is published by Square Enix, rated older teen. I have been collecting this series in the Perfect Editions. This is my first collect of it. I only have 1 volume of the paperback, speaking in novels, of the manga original single volume mangas. And so I decided that since I wanted to read through that, I'd go ahead and collect the Perfect Editions. And yes, it's a story that I'm already familiar with. We have seen the anime. I'm looking forward to experiencing that story in its original format. Next up, I have Volume 4 of Fairy Tail Battle Royale, story and art by Soraho Ina. Words. This one's published by 7 Seas, rated teen. This is a very, very slow release manga. I've had volumes 1, 2, and 3 on my shelves for a while. I believe in the back here in the author's note, it says that there was a 2-year break in between volumes 3 and 4. This is not the last volume, according to the author's note. And so I am not quite sure that I want to dig into this, but yeah, with such a slow release schedule, I'm more than content to just pick them up as I see them and wait until it's completely out before I pick it up. Next up is one for my daughter. This is Persona 5, Volume 8, original concept by Atlas, art and story by Hisato Murasaki. This one's published by Viz and is rated older teen. Like I've said before, my daughter's a big fan of this franchise, so anytime we see something Persona, we pick it up. Next up, I have Volume 3 of When Will Ayumu Make His Move? This one is published by Kodansha, rated 13+, so that is teen. And this one follows these 2 characters in the Shogi Club, and she's wondering when he's going to make his move, but he won't make it until he beats her. And so I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Next up, Volume 2 of Dear No Men. This one is by Neji. Final volume, it says right here next to the 2. And it's published by Yen Press, rated teen. I don't know how I missed this one on the release schedule. I've noticed that I'm missing quite a few things when I check the release schedules on the publishers' websites. I'm not sure if it's just when I'm checking they're not in the list, but yes, I've been rather frustrated with that, but I saw this on the shelf, and I knew I had picked up Volume 1, so I just decided to go ahead and bring that one home with me. Next up, I have one that we saw on the shelves when we were browsing after Manga Club. So I have Volumes 1, 2, and 3 of The Fox and Little Tanuki. This one is by Mi Tagawa, published by Tokyo Pop, rated all ages. This one looked really cute. It is said that there are some special animals occasionally born with great powers. Senzo the Black Fox is one of those, but instead of using his powers for good, he abused his strength until the sun goddess imprisoned him for his bad behavior. 300 years later, he's finally been released, but only on one condition. He can't have any of his abilities back until he successfully helps a Tanuki pup named Manpachi become an assistant to the gods. Now Senzo, the once great fox, must figure out how to be an actually great babysitter to an innocent little Tanuki or risk being stuck without his powers forever. I just thought this looked really cute. I'm loving the art style on this cover. And so, yeah, there were 3 volumes in store, so we just decided to go ahead and bring that one home with us. Next up, I have volumes 9, 10, and 11 of Shularun, The Girl from the Other Side, story and art by Nagabe, published by 7 Seas, rated teen. I believe this is the last of it. So now I have the entire series, and I'm looking forward to checking this one out. It's one that lots of people talk about, including people that are not in the manga tube verse. People who are like booktube read mostly novels. In fact, I just saw one of those people that I follow for book reviews saying that she was picking up The Girl from the Other Side Volume 1 as her first manga to try. So I think that's exciting when I see booktubers who've never tried manga deciding to venture into the world of manga. And it's just more people that I'm able to talk about manga to and with. And so, yeah, really excited about that. Next up, I have Volume 6 of Akame ga Kill. Story by Takahiro, art by Tetsuya Tashiro. This one is published by Yen Press, rated older teen. As you know, I have been collecting this series. We did read Volume 1 for Manga Club 2 or 3 years ago. Enjoyed it and had decided that I was going to continue at the time and just forgot about it. And then, of course, now I'm having a hard time finding some of the volumes. So, yes. Trying to make sure I collect that one every month. Next up, I have The Way of the House Husband, Volume 7 by Kosuke Ono. This one is published by Viz, rated older teen. We also read this one for Manga Club. I really enjoyed Volume 1. I've seen a little bit of the anime. I've also seen a little bit of the live action drama. I have no doubt in my mind that I am going to continue to enjoy the rest of that series. Next up, I have Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Stories of Water and Flame. Story and art by Ryoji Hirano. Original concept by Koyoharu Gotoge. This one is published by Viz, rated teen. You may know that I picked up the box set for my daughter for her birthday. And so she has not yet read through it. But since this came out and supply issues and things running out, we just decided to go ahead and pick this up. I believe it's going to be something that she's going to enjoy, and so, yeah, that is a manga volume. Next up, I have Volume 4 of Idle Dreams by Arina Tanemura. This one is published by Viz, rated teen. This will complete the whole in that series for me, so now I have the entire thing and can get through that one. I'm really looking forward to it. Arina Tanemura is one of my favorite artists, and so I do try to collect her work when I can. Next up, I have Volumes 6 and 9 of Living Room Matsunaga-san. This one is by Keiko Iwashita, published by Kodansha, rated older teen. I really enjoyed the first 3 volumes of this boarding house romance age gap kind of story when I read through it last year, and so I've been collecting them to publication because I had stopped after Volume 3 or 4. I think I went ahead and picked up Volume 4, and so yeah, I have Volume 6 here because it had been on order for 3 months and it finally got to me, so that completes the whole, and now with Volume 9 I am up to date. So I'm really happy to have those. Next up, I have a new one. This is The Splendid Work of a Monster Maid by Yugata Tanabe, Volume 1. This one is published by Yen Press, rated older teen. This one is about an elderly woman who lived alone, except for her black cat. And many years later, the black cat finally gained the ability to transform and speak to her. And so I thought that was interesting. The cover really caught my eye, and so I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Next up, I have Volume 7 of Kakuryo, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. This one's by Wako Ioka, and this one is messed up over here in the corner, but that's okay. Original story by Midori Yuma, character design by Laruha. This one is published by Viz and rated teen. I've seen the entirety of this anime. Really enjoyed it. This is another slow release series, and so I am collecting so that I can eventually read the entire thing. These volumes are very thin, which is kind of disappointing, especially because it gets released so slowly, but it's a series that I enjoyed watching, and so I have no doubt in my mind that I'm going to enjoy reading that one. Next up, I have Volume 3 of Mao by Rumiko Takahashi. This one is published by Viz, rated older teen. This one is a time travel story about a woman who gets transported to a supernatural early 20th century and then gets recruited by an exorcist. I have been collecting this one because I am pretty sure I'm going to really enjoy it. It has some mysterious elements to it and a supernatural twist, and so, yes. Next up, I have Volume 3 of Thigh High, Reiwa Hanamaru Academy. This one is by Kotobuki, published by 7 Seas, rated teen. This one is about guys who wear skirts that go to this academy. My daughter read Volume 1 and she really enjoyed it. And she was cracking up the entire time. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to really enjoy this one as well. I think there's been a bit of a lapse between the time Volume 2 and Volume 3 came out also. But don't quote me on that because time is kind of weird for me at the moment. Next up, I have Volume 1 of Hello Melancholic. Story and art by Yayoi Osawa. This one is published by 7 Seas, rated teen. This one is about a trombone player, I believe. Trying to put a band together. It kind of looks like this front lady is a percussionist, and I believe this is going to be a Yuri story. I was in band for many years, so was my daughter, and so whenever we see stories about bands, we do look at them and take interest. Next one is another new one to me, but I have Volume 2 here because Volume 1 hasn't come in. This is one of those ones that I didn't see on the release schedule for Volume 1, and so I saw Volume 2 and I said, oh, that kind of looks interesting, and so I decided to go ahead and order both volumes. This one is by Nankidai, original story and adaptation by Nankidai. Art by Tatsuya Ikegami. This one is published by Yam Press, rated teen. I do not know what this one is about because the back of Volume 2 does not say. It says Majority Vote Death Game. I know that title is what made me look into this one, but I cannot remember what it's about. So I thought it sounded interesting. I obviously will need Volume 1 and probably Volume 3 before I decide to look into that one. But yes, looking forward to seeing what I think about that one. I have Volume 23 of Set Off of the End, Vampire Reign. Story by Takaya Kagami. Art by Yamato Yamamoto. Storyboards by Daisuke Furuya. This one is published by Viz, rated older teen. My daughter's still really enjoying this series. This is a series that is on my list of series to read this year. I believe this one is also on my priority reads list for this year because it did come up in my manga advent calendar that I did in December, but I just didn't get around to reading it. So I will definitely be diving into this series this year, and hopefully it will be a better experience than my first try with that one. I have Volumes 8 and 9 of Night of the Ice by Yayoi Ogawa. This one is published by Kodansha, rated older teen. We just read Volume 1 for Monochrome Manga Club. I really enjoyed it. I think compounded with the fact that we are having the Winter Olympics at the moment, and that it was upcoming when I read it, and I do enjoy figure skating as a sport to watch. It just all came together for me at the right time, and so I'm really looking forward to continuing with this series. Next up, I have Volume 3 of Happy Kaneko's Killer Life, story and art by Toshiya Wakabayashi. This one is published by 7 Seas, rated teen. This one's about an office worker who becomes a killer for hire. I thought that just sounded really fun. This one is full color. Let me see if I can open to page here. Full color. And so I'm really looking forward to checking that one out. That one is another really thin volume as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one to check out. And then the last one I have here is Volume 4 of Ragna Crimson by Taiki Kobayashi. This one is published by Square Enix, rated older teen. I really enjoyed Volume 1. We read it for Manga Club as well. I can't remember if I did a Monochrome Manga Club series first impressions on this one or not, but if I did, I will link it down in the description box below so you can hear my thoughts on it. But I really enjoyed it. There again, I think this one had a lapse between volumes 3 and volumes 4 coming out. I do notice that the Square Enix releases are kind of spread out. It's most noticeable with the Soul Eater volumes for me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing with this one. Dragons and a revenge plot. It was very interesting. And so, yeah. So that will do it for me today. The stack is, I don't think you can see it anymore because I did break it down into 2 piles. But yeah, I did get through that one a bit fast. But like I said, I do have a meeting shortly. So let me know down in the comments below if you've picked up any of these volumes or if you've read any of these series, what you thought of them. But please, no spoilers. And if nothing else, you would just like to let me know that you were here. If you could like this video and leave me a dragon or a sword. I'm not sure if there's a dragon, but there's definitely a sword. So leave me a sword emoji down in the comments below. That would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.